How many dice rolls did you want, Kelp?
From you, none. From Taurus, 5. Knowledge nobility. I would go into some details here, but I don't have everything ironed out. And feel free to total them. Oh.
+4. So 73.
73 in total?
Yep. Rolled very much down the middle.
So did the NPCs. Ah, fuck it. Did anyone roll higher than a 73? No, they did not. Ah, okay.
Wait, really?
I don't know what the hell is up with the RNG today, but it's on your side. You also won by 1 point, if you're wondering.
It seems to be a common theme.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Did you guys rig any dice somehow?
No, but one of mine still has the geography test written on it.
Well, anyway, the test happens. Taurus is announced the winner by 1 fucking point. God damn it. And asks you to come up to claim the reward.
Ooh, hi again. I might have a few questions about the library after this.
Oh, very well. Well, first though, your reward. Question if his voice has changed from the first time you met him.
Wait, has it?
It probably has.
Hmm.
Not because of in-game, but because of out-of-game.
Because you don't remember the voice?
I don't remember who the fuck this was. That said, where the fuck did this goddamn thing go? There it is. He hands you a bag with 20 gold. He hands you a stone shipped in a disc that is green, as well as a pendant with a symbol for nobility in it.
A stone shipped in a disc?
A stone shaped in the form of a disc that is green.
Perhaps an emerald ellipsoid?
And a nobility pendant?
Yes.
Hmm.
And Noah is not playing World of 3 with us because he is marked offline on Steam.
What?
I like how Steam has a whole grouping of people, but I went to look and it's like Jared, Lamb, Tate, Marcus. Where's Noah?
Yeah, I actually had that happen too. It was like, why can't I connect off Noah? Why is he offline?
I had turned off my Wi-Fi on my computer. Now it's just LAN. I don't know why it fucking does that.
Steam's kind of always done that every now and then.
If I have both running at the same time, it's like, no, you're offline. Why?
Anyway, I sent you what they actually were. But he does say that the pendant that you received is a knowledge pendant of nobility, which gives a +5 holy shit, brain, competence bonus on nobility checks.
Okay. So about the library. Do I need to get a card before I can possibly take out books?
Well, before he answers that question, and before he, does anything else with that, he kind of ushers everyone else out of the room, thanking them for coming and partaking into the test, and then actually gets to your question. But just when you ask, and goes, well, we kind of require you to have residency here, and looking at you, you don't seem to have residency, do you?
No, but we're still able to go in and just read there, right?
Yeah, the library is open to the public for reading purposes only. You're just not able to take out any books if you don't have residency within this town.
Okay. Do you have, much in the way of the planes for your books? Like, knowledge about the different planes, how they react, creatures from them?
I would have to certainly check the card catalog to see if there was anything there, but I'm fairly certain we at least have a book or two.
Okay, that will help me out a bit, because I've been wondering a few things after visiting some of the planes. Or, visiting illusions of the planes after I went to the Adventurers Guild competition they were holding.
Sorry, what was the gist of the question or comment?
I'm interested on what creatures exist in some of the planes, considering how they looked when we were going through the Adventurers quest, or not quest, but competition. So I wanted to learn more about those.
Ah, I see. Well, I don't know if we have anything that specific, but I will certainly take a look. When I'll stop by later and we'll, or tomorrow or something, I can let you know if I find anything.
It'll probably be tomorrow. I think I've got to do a run across town and then back across to move some horses to a stable.
Ah, I see. Yeah, it's gonna take a couple hours, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you then. Thanks a lot, and it's a pretty fun competition. Even though it was just riding, a lot of people were really trying.
Yeah, it seems more people are actually interested in history than I thought. Especially nobility history, which a lot of people, if you're a commoner or not part of the noble families, don't really give a damn.
I mean, it doesn't entertain with their life too much unless something's going on that involves them that could trickle down to them, but it's good to know about the nobility. Make sure you don't get on the wrong side of someone.
True, but most people just avoid them altogether.
Yeah.
Well, did you have any other questions about the library?
None right now. Thanks again for your time. I'll be going now.
Well, as you go to walk away, they continue to say, and oh, don't forget that we do have book copying services available if you wanted to actually make a copy of the book, since you're not a resident here.
That would actually be a pretty good idea. I'll keep that in mind when I stop by. Now I'm off to the Druids Guild, woohoo!
Oh, right before you get to actually leave Town Hall, the person at the desk grabs your attention.
Like, grabs my attention, like calling my name, or like grabs my arm?
Just calls out to you.
Do they use my name, or just, hey, guy?
I don't know if they were ever given your name. They somehow grab your attention.
Yes? I'll walk over.
Have you delivered those letters yet?
No, I actually got stuck in town a lot faster than I was expecting. I meant to turn them back in, because I think someone else can get it done. I'm apparently been joined up with people now, so I don't know when I'll be leaving.
I see. Did you want to hand them over now?
Yeah, I have them in my pack.
You hand them over?
Yep.
Alright, well, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
It's the anti-salesman. It's the anti-delivery man.
I actually was meant to come over like yesterday in game, but completely forgot in person.
Well, they thank you for returning them to the post office, and they seem to be done talking to you.
Awkward to leave.
Well, you're heading over to the Druids Guild then?
Yep.
Alright, well, we're getting to Unan and Kaz and Athos for the Arcana test.
Roger.
I swear I had started some of the dialogue for this. Why not? Oh, you three approach the town center where you see the same fenced off area as before. Only this time in the center of the fenced off area are, whatchamajigers? Desks are there.
That's
Yes.
Despacito.
Chairs, tables, you know, stuff, things. Do you guys walk into the area to take a seat, or?
Yes, Kaz's gonna walk up and just take a seat. Probably relatively close to Unan. He's gonna try and stick near.
Is there like a Unan's just gonna go up to an individual that is in charge or officiating or so forth, and just pointing at Athos. Does she need to stand on the sidelines, or do I need to de-summon her or anything?
She is free to look on the sidelines, but not able to participate.
How far away are the sidelines, Cobb?
Not 100 feet away.
Okay. In that case, Unan goes, alright, fantastic, and just lets Athos know that she's good to stand to the side. And he goes and takes his seat then.
Unless she decides to walk more than 100 feet away.
No, she's gonna hang out where she's more or less supposed to be.
Well, she's able to find a spot kind of at the back, behind everyone. Not amongst the crowd, per se, but, you know, just like okay, I'm obviously a spectator, but I'm with someone here, so I kind of have like a special box to sit in, kind of thing.
Right.
Is Kaz sitting next to Unan?
Yes.
Alright, well, a few moments go by, some other people come in. The seats actually fill up completely for this test, and you two aren't entirely sure why.
A little strange, Unan. A lot more people.
Well, perhaps they're studious with magic, because this is knowledge of Arcana, but they're just not very good with magic, and that's why they weren't at the competitions.
Potential. A lot more of the apprentice. Would it be apprentice I?
Or maybe the magic shows were so good this year that people decided they wanted to get in the action.
You think they really like our... Excuse me. Do you think they really liked our performances then that much? I mean, all of ours, not just me and yours.
Sure, why not?
I just found sticky notes.
I'm sorry, you found sticky notes? What?
Yeah, I can add sticky notes to pages. It's weird.
Is that in-game or real life?
On the what I use for my character sheet. Technically, both.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure she was off to the sidelines to represent it, Kel.
Oh no, that's fine. I just figured I'd actually put her where I intended for her to be.
Fair enough. Anyway, in that case, Unan's all set and ready.
Alright. Well, all the seats are filled up. The gate to this area closes and latches shut, preventing anyone else from entering. And an old man appears before you all. This is the same one from before, by the way. The test.
Spellcraft?
Yeah. Goes on to say, "Greetings, everyone. Welcome to this year's Knowledge Arcana test." He looks around to see about the crowd size. I see we have a decent-sized crowd. I hope you all are interested in seeing what arcane symbols, beasts, and constructs and other creatures are summoned, illusionarily summoned for the test this year, as the test is a bit of a identification test, if you will. You guys will need to, and he kind of directs his attention to the people at the desk at that point. You guys will need to identify everything that appears before you, and you will have roughly a minute and a half per thing. And on that, some bits of paper appear before you all with writing utensils.
Unan picks up his writing utensil and looks ecstatic.
Kaz picks his up, twirling it a little. Getting ready. Hello. Hello. Okay.
For this year's competition, we have 7 randomly selected creatures and symbols for you all to identify, and this test should be over fairly quickly, but shall see. So without further ado, let us begin this test. On that note, the first thing appears above him, large and in charge, obviously blown up for everyone in the crowd to be able to see it, regardless of where they are, and to be able to show you guys details and whatnot. The first thing is a creature that appears to be made of hundreds of metal mass welded together to form a roughly humanoid body. The mass are mostly iron, but some, such as the hands, knees, and feet, are made of silver lined with gold. The mass that makes up its head is made of porcelain with gold trim and has a large sapphire set into its brow. It appears to be moving ever so slightly, and upon doing so, the mass seem to shift and stare. Roll Knowledge Arcana.
It's beautiful.
So this is one of those times I wish I actually had the models for each of these creatures in, like, TTS. But I'm pretty sure even if I was to spend the time to look these up, they probably wouldn't exist. So, Marcus, what'd you get?
22. Yeah, it took a second for my brain, but I got there. 22.
Hey, what'd you get?
25.
So make sure you remember to take it off. You don't have your +1 you're getting from that drink that they took like days ago, right?
24.
Mm-hmm. Well, both of you are able to recognize it through your study of the Arcana, as this is a mask golem. You guys know it
It's
to
so
be...
cute.
Yeah, it is a construct. Things that you guys probably do not want to be facing, at least at the moment. If you're wondering, it's a TR4.
It's so cute.
Well, the time runs through. It appears that the old man is actually giving 2 minutes a question instead of a minute and a half. And the next figure appears.
Kaz, of course, is detailing his findings. He's utilizing the full 2 minutes.
The next symbol that the next thing that appears is a symbol. It is of a key, entirely made of gold, with two, notches at the bottom key bit. Obviously, the thing that would go into a door or something. With one further up the shaft, and for the head, it is round and engraved with a pyramid town. Take that back. It is engraved.
Oh god, it's Silent Hill.
It is engraved with a dome-topped building and a cityscape behind it with a sun at the top, and there are some runic symbols for them. In fact, at the bottom of the head of the key. Roll Knowledge Arcana. Granted, Knowledge Religion would also work for this, but Arcana.
Is this our third one? Our third roll?
This is our second.
Second, okay.
Marcus.
I've already rolled that.
Marcus.
20.
18.
Both of you recognize that this is the key / symbol of the deity known as Abadar. You guys would have to know religion to be able to get more information about that.
I do know religion.
Feel free to do a quick roll if you want.
I know nothing about him, though.
15
12.
Religion.
And Tate, what'd you get?
12.
Both of you don't know a whole lot about this deity outside of the deity is usually for cities, wealth, sometimes merchants, and the law. You guys do know that a lot of merchants do actually worship Abadar, but not many seem to publicize it for one reason or another, but that's about all you guys know.
God, wouldn't that technically be mine?
Is your deity Abadar?
I don't have one because I didn't know.
If you don't have a deity, then it doesn't count.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I add in some of that information into mine.
Okay. The next one up, after the 2 minutes are up, is a creature that is a man-sized wolf with deep blackish blue fur and fiery orange eyes. Its coat is caked with blood and bits of flesh hang from its toothy maw. Arcana, please, if you haven't already.
21.
Okay.
24. Not gonna lie, the further you got in that description of him, the better it got.
Thank you. I'm actually reading these off of the goddamn Pathfinder page.
He got more attractive the more more descriptive. Sorry, wait,
No,
that's a V.
Tate likes things caked in blood.
And bits of flesh hanging from toothy maws.
Why do you think I like Zerglings?
Anywho, neither of you actually know what this creature is. Unan is able to know that this creature appears to be evil, though, and probably comes from a different plane of existence. Same with Kaz. But besides that, not much knowledge from you guys are known.
Real quickly, Cald.
Really quickly, pause.
Sorry. Knowledge planes. 24. God, my brain is broken. Could I assume which plane it's probably from? Since he's not
Probably
sure
a
what it
Boeing
is.
747.
Since he's not sure what it is, he's basically just going to write down what you said, except instead of from an evil plane, just from the plane. Like, it's some creature from plane.
Well, with that roll and having gone through the planes test earlier, you know that this is probably an extraplanar creature, but you don't know which extraplanar or extraplane.
Okay, so then he'll list it as an evil extraplanar then.
And what was Kaz about to say?
No, Kaz wasn't saying anything. I was just saying. What plane? A Boeing 747.
Alright, well, the 2 minutes go by, another creature appears. It is a vaguely humanoid creature about the size of a cat, but looks more like a toothy winged devil. So, Arcana, obviously.
I got a whopping 12.
Okay.
I got a 26.
Well, if it means anything, Marcus, good thing this was the low DC one. Both of you know this to be a... I'm going to say this word wrong. I know I am going to, even though I've heard it a bazillion times. A homunculus. It is a...
It was close enough.
It's a construct generally created by pretty much anyone. It has the ability to fly, and... I don't know what to say it. Oh, you know the creature can also poison things that they attack, as well as have a telepathic link with its creator.
Sometimes the homunculus calls you brother.
It's not a fucking moth.
I was making a Full Metal Alchemist reference, but
Yes,
sure.
it was.
Yeah, I know. I decided
I
to take
held
a
off
load.
on that because I'm not as much as a weeb.
You went like new
I went
age
meme joke.
fucking meme. I went
Yeah.
with everyone got horrified by brother.
His
Listen,
death was still worse.
I didn't want to go with that reference because I'm not a weeb like you are.
Yeah, you're a furry.
I can not confirm or deny that.
Anyway, along with taking notes, Kelb, Unan's also been doing little doodles of them, like shitty doodles.
So
Since
it's
there's
the
only 2
general shape.
minutes, kinda. Well, like I don't know how to explain it. Like not a stick figure, but one that you'd be like, "Wow, you spent a whole 30 seconds on that, didn't you?"
So stick figure.
Almost, yeah. A little more than a stick figure, but not quite.
Well, the 2 minutes go by, and another creature appears. This creature resembles a massive gorilla with shaggy dark fur and the forepaws of a powerful bear. Its head appears to be a cross between a gorilla and bear. You guys will have no idea what this is called.
26.
Well,
That's a 19.
Wait, did you say 12?
yeah.
Well, Kaz doesn't know what the hell this is, even though it's kind of staring him in the face. But Unan knows this to be a... wait for it. Gorilla bear. I'm not joking, it's actually the name of the fucking creature.
The lesser known cousin of the owl.
I like
bear.
to call it a gare or a barilla. Can we name him Magilla?
No. Well, since Kaz doesn't know what the hell this is, Kaz believes that this, is a creature that lives somewhere but doesn't know where. Could be on the material plane, doesn't know. Bases it...
He draws
well,
it.
I mean, he bases
Very
the fact
pretty
that it
drawing.
could exist on the material plane because of the fact that it looks like a gorilla and a bear. Unan, on the other hand, knows that gorilla bears live in warm forest climates. Generally, they are solitary or in pairs, sometimes, though rarely, in small packs. And that they are the result of magical crossbreeding.
Yeah, kind of figured.
Oh, and that they also
Brother?
live in caves or caverns, because why not?
2 things real quick. 1, I write all that down along with he draws a happy gorilla bear family for his picture on this one. 2, my idea is that Kaz probably actually thinks it's just a deformed gorilla and he's just thinking to himself, "Oh, poor guy."
You make the fucking Goldilocks family, but it's it's gorilla bears.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is. It is a mama, papa, and baby gorilla bear.
I have to try really hard to not say owl bear every time.
Me too.
It's just
But
fair.
yeah, I just like the idea that he's like, "Oh, that's a gorilla bear," and putting down like they like to be solitary, sometimes in packs, so on and so on. Like this very nice, intricate, obvious stuff. Like, oh, okay, he knows what he's talking about. Look to the right of this information. It's a really shitty drawing of a gorilla bear family in the Goldilocks style.
The Berenstain Gorilla Bears. Berenstain, I'm sorry.
Look, that whole thing is
Meanwhile,
stupid because it's not
A
actually.
Skulltula has appeared.
It's not actually a alternate world history. It's the fact that when they sing the opening song, their friggin' twang makes it sound like that.
Well, the 2 minutes go by, and a symbol appears. I have the symbol in the center because I'm going to have difficulties describing this to some degree.
I wonder why.
It appears to be a cross between a spider and a scorpion with a large gaping mouth as most of its body.
It's a face hugger.
Kind of.
Oh,
face humper.
I don't know what that is at all. I rolled a 1, which means I got a fucking 9.
20.
And
So,
that
Kate,
20 or
why-
mod?
Mod 20, sorry.
So, Kate, why don't you tell us what this is?
And mod 20, and then Unan gets
That's
the
a
distinction
fucking
that
face
since it's
spider.
a symbol, it might be another god again. So it's a religion of 16 to complement it.
Alright, well, neither of you know what the symbol was for or what deity it could belong to. It just appears very weird, and you can actually hear the crowd go, what? Though some of the orcs and half-orcs in the crowd kinda go, oh.
Do I know
Cause
that?
believes.
Who wants to talk first?
Go ahead, Tate.
Cause believes it's just a giant face spider, and it generally appears over the fountain every now and again.
So he thinks it's just a natural phenomenon?
Yep.
On a perception of 17, do I have the ability to notice the orcs and so forth taking reference to it?
Yeah.
Alright, he's gonna just put down for this one then that although he is unsure of the name, it is obvious that it might be a deity, and the orcs seem to know, or the orcish kind. God, my brain. The orcish kind seem to recognize him, leading to believe it is an orcish god.
If you're wondering, by the way, this is Rovagug, the chaotic evil deity of wrath, disaster, and destruction.
Fair enough.
Alright. Moving on to the final thing. And we're going to pick a different thing because that does not have enough of a description. Let's see. Here we go. The final thing that appears is a massive
Thing.
tome, which is a volume that has covers formed from the scaly flesh of some fiendish creature and is bound in fittings of brass and adamantine. Three
Oh my-
hollow-eyed skull emblems look out from the points of a thaumaturgic triangle. Mystical numerals emblazoned on their foreheads. The cover seems to shift and the pages ruffle slightly, though there is no breeze to cause it to do so.
Oh my god, it's an actual monster manual.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
26.
23.
Both of you know that this is the Tome of Horrors, a very small construct, or I'm sorry, not a very small construct, a small construct that is chaotic evil and something you guys have only heard of in legends. And if you guys were to ever face one, you hope it not to be anytime soon.
Does it, like, open up and spit out monsters?
It's a CR20.
Sweet Jesus!
It does stuff. What stuff? Everything. I don't know.
Unan's picture of this one involves the book eating a stick figure person.
Cause just describes in detail. He does draw pictures. That's what he does. It's very descriptive.
Oh, Unan puts the description. It's like one half of it was written by the adult and the other half of it was made by the child.
So what you're telling me is Arthas isn't just a summon, she's an alternate personality.
She's the adult personality.
Well, as your character would probably write, like, say, a high schooler, Kaz writes like a college professor who's trying to win an essay contest.
Or maybe, you know, like a 14-year-old who thinks he writes like a professor.
Oh, he writes better than a high schooler. He has like an intelligence of 16. He's not
Marcus?
stupid.
I know.
Marcus, what's your Arcana bonus?
Arcana bonus is 7.
8.
The tome devours you both.
Alright, feel free to keep talking. I'm going to need a moment.
So, are we allowed to talk to each other now?
Yes, because Cal's trying to stall for time.
I mean, it might not necessarily be in game. It could just be out of game talk, Tate.
Oh.
I assume there isn't a huge pause in the actual universe.
That would be hilarious.
There could be. I still like how now Cause just there's just the giant fighter appears over the portal every now and again. That's always he looks up at it. He's like, oh, that's always been there. That's not part of the test.
Well, okay then.
I've named him Gibbons. He is the facer. All hail Gibbons.
Can I just say the NPCs are rolling like shit?
I just found the Jesus spell.
Uh-oh.
Enhance water. Turn water into alcohol and remove poisons, disease, and toxins.
Yep.
Turn water into alcohol.
So, I sent Cal about a message about this, like, a little bit into the event. So there's a one goddess I know about in the Pathfinder Pantheon, and her symbols are, I believe Homewood brought this up at one point. Her symbols are, or she's the goddess of prostitution, vengeance, and wasps.
Lavatar?
Callistria.
Wait. She's the goddess of what again?
Prostitutes, vengeance, and wasps.
It's an odd combination.
Yeah,
That is a very odd combination.
it's fun sounding though.
You
Until
can
you
get-
realize you're completely screwed.
You can get a bonus to something if you wrap yourself in yellow and think really hard about revenge for like a while.
I don't think it's you get a bonus to something. I think that's how you join a coven. I'm not sure. I'm actually trying to find that though. In human lands, Callistria's temples host numerous sacred prostitutes and act as centers of gossip and information.
And wait, Lamb, you sent me what?
A Steam message. At least it isn't prostitution, revenge, and wasps.
Oh, yeah.
Referring to the 3 things that the orc god had domain over.
Kubagug?
Yeah.
And Kubagug isn't necessarily the orc god he just happens to be worshipped mostly by orcs.
That's fair.
Blessed be to the orcs. The god's name is Gibbons.
Her clerics usually clothe themselves in scant garbs in shades of yellow, often accented by henna dyes used on the skin.
I'm ready to continue, by the way.
Okay.
Well, the old man then proceeds to ask for everyone to just wait patiently while scores are tallied up with the details and whatnot. And with that, everyone's paper in front of them magically poofs away to be counted. Some time passes, and the winner is decided. Did you guys actually put your name on the paper, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
House put it in like a ledger.
Well, if you didn't, I was going to say seat like 13. Or something like that. If one of you guys were to win. Which
Excuse
one
me,
of you guys
Marcus
did
is
actually win, by the way?
19.
He's in whatever seat number I decide to fucking say. Cause DM. But yeah, a few minutes go by for them to look it over. And after time goes by, because I was going to say something else and lost train of thought, the old guy announces that Unan has won, because I don't want to bother saying his last name.
Harlthen?
That's an A. Yeah, black on purple is terrible.
Yeah.
And it looks like an O. Could be a U.
I have no problem reading it.
Regardless, Unan has won this test. If it means anything, it's by one question. Or one thing. He then proceeds to ask you to come up to receive the reward, and also bringing out all 7 creatures and symbols out for the crowd to see, and for everyone to see. Underneath them is what they're called, and you know, kind of like minor bits of detail about them, all in common. It's a crowd pleaser, if you will.
I just realized I've won every single Wizard Guild thing thus far.
Effie?
Test, style, craft, arcana. I was like, I wonder what there even is.
I haven't won a thing.
Anyway, he walks up. If he walks past Kaz, he's just gonna say, I think the pictures helped, as he goes up.
The pictures would have helped if anyone else got fucking 5 right as an NPC. But no, 2 of them got 4 instead of 5.
Fair enough, but Unan's in his own brain, he's like, the pictures were what sold it. Not the descriptions, not knowing, it was the pictures.
Well, you go up to him, he hands you a bag with 10 gold, a blue sphere stone, which he describes to be a lamb. Do you want to say the word again, please?
Eon stone.
Ion stone, got it. Incandescent blue sphere
Sure, it's-
ion stone, as well as a apocalyptic metamagic rod.
Just writing this down.
You want some?
Eon stone. IOUN.
So blue ion, eon, stone.
Incandescent blue sphere, like in Bumble.
A boobell.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So 10 GP, the sphere, and the rod.
Apocalyptic
Yeah, the
metamagic
apocalyptic part
rod.
makes me raise an eyebrow, but
I've got to look this one up. That sounds fucking awesome.
He goes on to say what the hell the metamagic rod does, and it allows you to alter a spell with an area of effect and a duration of instantaneous to become an apocalyptic spell. When you cast a spell, the area affected by the spell's instantaneous effect becomes ruined and devastated in appearance. All surfaces in the area are treated as difficult terrain, and climb, fly, and swim checks attempted in the area take a penalty equal to the spell's original spell level. And the duration of that lasts for a number of rounds equals to the spell's original spell level. And an apocalyptic spell gains the evil descriptor.
Well, shit, I don't know if anyone can use that then.
They should.
oh, I
What?
just saw spells with good descriptor can't be apocalyptic spells, because I was just about to say, what do you
Yep.
do if you use a good one? But okay.
And yeah, uses a spell slot 1 level higher. Now, what does it mean to be in a metamagic rod? Well, let me link that next. I could do myself one better and actually link to the apocalyptic metamagic rod page itself.
Yeah, that's actually the first thing I found, so I was really confused where you were reading the apocalyptic descriptor.
I initially searched Pathfinder Apocalyptic Metamagic and got the Metamagic actual page for Apocalyptic rather than the Metamagic Rod for Apocalyptic. You can cast up to 3 spells per day that blast terrain as though using the Apocalyptic spell beat. Is essentially what it is.
Holy shit, the descriptor for the apocalyptic spell. Your spell becomes infused with the devastating horror personified by the horsemen of the apocalypse, temporarily transforming reality into a treacherous ruin. Sweet shit. They pulled zero
So-
punches with that.
Clearly, I should use that with my mending spell.
Spending class
That's
good.
your,
No, it's not.
Mending
Wait.
isn't good, and technically it says it just makes it look like it. The spell still happens, so I would fix something and make everything else look destroyed. At least for a while. Oh no! Yeah, in appearance. It doesn't say it actually is destroyed, it's just in appearance.
Yeah, it's essentially an illusionary effect that is kind of physical, but it lasts the duration of the spell in rounds. So, mendings of what? 0? 1? What level is mending?
It lasts for the... Wait, what now?
Mending is a summoner level 0 spell, so it's a 0th spell.
Right.
And since that would be up 1 level, if you cast it as a level 1, however, because it's a 0th spell, it would not last any rounds at all.
Gotcha. So I can... Basically, I could... It wouldn't change anything. Nothing would look different. Okay.
You could do it, but it wouldn't be useful.
So wait, how long does it last then? It lasts only for the conjuration
It
time?
the modification to the terrain
Right. Only
lasts
for...
as long as the original spell's level in rounds.
Gotcha.
Meaning if it's a level 1 spell, it lasts for 6 seconds. Or 1 round.
I wish I wasn't playing a good guy. God damn it. I would give the rod to my summon, because the summon can more or less use spells and whatnot. I guess it does not use it on it. I'll just touch it, use Lesser Rejuvenate, heal it, make the area around it look like it got destroyed, to make it look like it caused destruction. Except my summon would also look like a fucking demon if I was playing that kind of a character, but still.